See, I'm in a results season. It's me versus me. Execute a plan, do it, produce results. I'm not in the phase of explaining myself, explaining why.
You gonna get. All right. Hey y'all, welcome to Speak My Piece, where we keep it real for the Homegirl Society. Today's truth: boundaries ain't beef. Protecting your peace is godly. Jesus loved people, but he also withdrew. So if I'm setting space, it ain't war, it's wisdom, and we're gonna talk about it. Sometimes protecting your peace means saying no to things despite the guilt that you might feel from saying no, and the disappointment others might feel from you not going with their flow, and that problem going with somebody else's flow. If it don't feel right in here, why would you say yes? It's so important to make sure that you're paying attention to how your body and how your moods and how you just react to different environments and people and settings, because I talked about this in a morning cuss message. This Your nervous system is not going to lie to you. If an environment or a person or a situation is not right for you, you're going to feel all the feels of those nerves, that anxiety, or maybe even a little frustrated. You like, why am I lashing out? Why did I just am I getting irritated? Just be like, and you don't even know why. And you got to pay attention to those patterns, because those patterns of you getting frustrated, and there's if it's common with your frustration and a scene or a person, place, or thing, then that might mean, you know what I'm saying, this ain't it for you. And so stop putting yourself through that. And I wrote this down the other day. Choosing peace doesn't mean you're causing a problem. It means you're finally choosing not to keep pretending there isn't one. I know that hit, and you're not gonna sit here and convince me that it didn't, because I know that you do that. You feel like just because you put a boundary, or maybe you don't put a boundary in place because you don't want to make people upset. You're not a problem because you're putting a boundary in place. If anything, you're a problem solver. You're trying to solve a problem. Hey, I want to have this relationship, but I got certain conditions. And why shouldn't you have conditions, Miss Ma'am? Peace of mind is the mission here. And so I hope that if you get anything out of this, it's that you're allowed to say no. You're allowed to change the things that you do. You're allowed to do things that feed you and not everybody else. You feel it if you're out here running on E. You know that you can't do this and that and the third if you ain't taking care of her. And her is you. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's not going to be nothing easy about this. Making boundaries is not easy, especially when it's something that you've never done, when the people around you don't even know what boundaries look like. And it ain't funny, but it's real. When you start making boundaries and enforcing them, they're gonna say that you acted funny. People are gonna say that you changed, and they might have negative reasonings in their own mind on why you've changed, and really not to you. You're doing what makes sense for you, and sometimes people don't get that because they ain't doing that much for themselves. And I mean, we can clock it. Boundaries are not rejection, they are protection, and not just protection of yourself, protection for the peace that you have been praying for. You're trying to protect your energy, and even more so, you're trying to protect the woman that you are trying to become. And it's a process. We are building, right? And you got to respect the process, and everybody else has to respect it too, because you are doing this for you. So boundaries, no, you're not trying to shut nobody out, and obviously you don't think that you're above anybody, but you have to be honest and say what is and isn't working for you in the moment. Like, if you are going to be intentional about your peace, about your growth, and the woman that you are trying to be, you got to be intentional, and you got to be serious about the yays and the nays. You feel me? And sometimes you might feel obligated to explain and, I don't know, overanalyze and defend like why your boundaries are what they are, maybe to make other people feel good about your decision. But you don't have to do that. That's not really like how boundary setting works. Speak about, okay? It's not nothing to be played with, and your access ain't nothing to be played with. If they don't respect it, I feel like that says enough. People that love you are going to understand where you're coming from, and they're not going to treat your boundaries like some weirdo sense of betrayal. Okay, and that's my piece, y'all. Be easy. I hope to do longer type of things like this because we are building a community. We are the homegirls, and what are the homegirls if we don't really tap in with each other more than a morning crust message on a regular? So you know what I'm saying? We're gonna do more of this. I love you, and I hope this was helpful in some kind of way.